Thank you for tuning in to Swoope Films Entertainment. I'm going to do a movie review of the movie Cats. Now, Cats is one of the most famous Broadway plays in history. It started in 1981, and the it ran through the 1980s and the 1990s. And now they decided to make a live action movie of the play. Now, this movie stars Taylor Swift, it stars Idris Elba, Jennifer Hudson is in this movie. Rebel Wilson is in this movie. It's a star-studded cast. A lot of the most famous actors in Hollywood are in this movie, but it's horrible. It's one of the worst movies I ever seen before. And I actually enjoyed the Broadway play. I thought the Broadway play was amazing, but this live-action version is not good at all. This movie has no plot whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever. And I thought the worst thing about this movie was the CGI. They have them all playing characters where they're miniature. They're these small miniature cats. And it just didn't look right. It didn't look authentic. I thought it would have been better if they just would have wore cat costumes just like they did in the Broadway play. They all should have just wore cat costumes. But instead, they have all of them all of their bodies are CGI. All their uniforms, all their costumes are CGI. And it just doesn't look normal. It doesn't look authentic. It looks fake. And when they speak, when they say their lines in the movie, their words don't match their bodies. I'm all for CGI in movies, but sometimes it's better to just use practical effects. In this movie, they should have used practical effects instead of special effects. CGI ruined this movie because it's a lot of great talented people in this movie, but it doesn't look authentic. It doesn't look right. It looks like it's crammed together. The plot of this movie makes no sense. This is the whole plot of the movie. It's a bunch of cats who are competing to see who gets reborn again. That's what the plot is about. Idris Elba plays the villain in the movie, and Taylor Swift plays the good person. And they're competing to see who gets reborn again as a newborn cat. That's the plot of the movie, which makes no sense whatsoever. Now, this may work on a Broadway play, but it doesn't translate to a big budget movie, a live action movie. What works in a Broadway play does not always work in a live action movie. I just think they could have came up with a better story, a better script, and it would have been a better movie. Now, I thought Idris Elba did good in this movie. I thought Jennifer Hudson did really great. I liked her part where she sings and she sounds like this remorseful person, this hurt person, and that's what made the movie really dramatic. Her part made the movie dramatic. But then you had Rebel Wilson's part that made the movie into a comedy. So the movie was so many different types of they didn't have one direction. This movie was pulled in so many different directions. One minute it's dramatic, the next minute it's a drama. So it's like it goes in so many different directions, and they don't have a clear vision of what the movie is about. Now, this movie has, if I do recall, it has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, and most of the audiences are giving it a C. They're giving it a C grade. So the audience didn't like the movie, and the critics didn't like the movie. But I think this movie could have been better with a better director, a better story, better costumes. This could have been a better movie if they would have put more effort into it. But overall, it just fell flat for me. because I really enjoyed the Broadway play. I thought the Broadway play was one of the greatest plays of all time. But unfortunately, that didn't translate into the movie. But if this movie gets remade, they need to do better. They need to do a better job of creating a better story, creating a better script, and you can make a better Cats movie. A lot of people have different opinions about this topic. If you saw the movie, give me your opinion. If you want to see the movie, give me your opinion. Leave a comment, rate, and subscribe.